back to my channel. Today I will be spilling the tea. Just kidding, I'm not spilling any tea. I am just drinking tea, okay? Tea is meant to be drunken. Today I'm showing you guys some breakfast slash brunch ideas that may take a little bit more time, okay? I know this is my lazy channel, but sometimes oatmeal can get a little boring. So if you guys don't know, I am a Thrive Market ambassador, and Thrive Market is an online natural food store that sells a bunch of awesome items, a lot of vegan items at a discounted price for an annual membership fee. So today I'm using a bunch of products from Thrive Market and including this tea. This is a brand called Peak Tea Crystals, and it is jasmine green tea. It's not actually in a bag, like a tea bag. It's just like a sachet, and then you just like put it into the tea. Thumbs up for tea. Anyways, what was I saying? Okay. Everyone loves brunch. Invite your friends over for brunch, make some of this for them, and maybe they'll like you a little more. I don't know. If you guys enjoy these types of videos, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, and let's get started. For this first recipe, we are going to be using some garbanzo flour or chickpea flour. It's the same thing, and this is from Thrive Market, of course, and I'm going to add that into a medium-sized mixing bowl. And we're also going to be using some nutritional yeast and adding that to the bowl as well. And if you guys need measurements, just look at the description box down below. And we are also adding some turmeric, why did I say it like that? And some garlic powder, some onion powder. We're also adding a little bit of baking soda and some salt. And I guess I forgot to film me adding the apple cider vinegar, but I'm also adding that as well as some oat milk. These two are both from Thrive Market. And then we just want to whisk it well until it is very nicely mixed together. And then I'm just going to cook up some of the vegetables on a frying pan. I'm just using some water, and I'm cooking up some onion and some chopped up broccoli stems that I needed to use up. And we are going to cook it until it is nice and soft, and then you can use whatever veggies you want to use. Here I'm adding some frozen veggies because that's always handy. And I'm also adding some spinach and some chopped tomato. I feel like spinach and tomato just go really well in an omelet. Yeah. Then we're just gonna make sure it's all nice and cooked. And then on the same frying pan or a different one, we are going to heat up some olive oil. And I feel like you do need to use oil for this because you'll be cooking up an omelet. So yeah, we're gonna heat that up. I use probably medium-high heat, and I'm going to pour half that batter into the frying pan and try to kind of spread it out as well as you can. And then on half of it, you are going to add your vegetable mixture. Yay! And I'm also topping that up with some green onion and cilantro because I love green onion and I love cilantro. But once again, the vegetables and whatever you top it with is obviously optional. And I just kind of let it cook for like, I don't know, just a few minutes, not very long. And then I'm just going to flip over this one side so that it folds like an omelet, you know. I would douse this in ketchup, but I actually had some salsa and it was actually really, really good with salsa. So I would recommend having this with some salsa and maybe some sriracha, because you know what's up. Oh, and if you are wondering, it doesn't actually taste like egg at all, but it still gives a very similar experience and it's very tasty on its own, just as its own thing, so don't you worry. First thing we're going to do is make a spicy cashew mayo, which I've shown you how to make before, but I'll show you again. And I'm using these cashews from Thrive Market. I have soaked them, and I'm also adding some Dijon mustard. And we are also using some apple cider vinegar, and this is my favorite brand, which I've used for years, so that's what I would recommend. And we are also adding some oat milk. Now you can use whatever non-dairy milk, and I'm also adding a clove of garlic, and of course as much sriracha as your little heart desires. Now you don't even actually have to add sriracha if you are not a spicy person. You can just make a nice creamy cashew mayo without the sriracha, but of course I really like the spicy mayo thing, so yeah. So yeah, we're gonna set that aside, and now we are going to be making some scrambled tofu. So I'm just gonna be making a very basic one. I am just crumbling up some tofu on a frying pan on medium-high heat. And the spices I'm using are turmeric, garlic powder, onion powder, nutritional yeast, and salt. And this is the sushi rice from Thrive Market that I am using, and if you guys want more details on how I make the sushi rice and more details on exactly how I make the sushi sandwiches, I will leave a link to my sushi sandwich video down below, which will have more details on how I make the rice and how I make the sandwiches. To make the sushi sandwiches, we do need some nori sheets, and this is the brand I'm using from Thrive Market, and we are going to go ahead and start assembling. So we are going to add a little bit of rice, and we're going to add some scrambled tofu here. And it does get a little bit messy. It's not as easy as I would have liked it to be. And we're also going to add some green onion, some cilantro, and of course that spicy mayo, which is super delicious. And we're gonna top off the sandwich with some more rice. And once again, if you guys want more detailed instructions on how I made this, even though I'm not an expert at all, I will leave a link to my sushi sandwich video in the description box. And I know it is not the prettiest thing, but this was my first time trying to make this into like a breakfast rice sandwich, sushi sandwich. So bear with me, it still tasted very good, and I hope you guys try it out. If you plan on taking out the cake from the mug, I do recommend adding some oil. I'm just using coconut oil and just lining the inside of the mug. And I'm using this protein powder right here. This is Garden of Life organic protein powder, once again from Thrive Market. I'm just using a scoop of that, and I'm adding some flour, some sugar, some cocoa powder, and some baking powder, which I guess I forgot to show, and we're going to mix that well together. And now we're going to add some applesauce, and I'm also going to add some of this coffee from Thrive, and I already made it, so we're just going to add a 1/4 cup of that into that mixture, and then we are going to mix it very well together. So just make sure you just mix, and And this part is optional but recommended. You can add some chocolate chips into that mixture. I just like to top it with a few chocolate chips. And then you are going to microwave it on high for about 3 minutes. Now this is going to differ maybe from microwave to microwave, so maybe check up on it after 2 minutes or so. And then we are going to plate it. And there it is, guys. There is my kind of protein, chocolate, coffee, brownie, muffin type thing. And it was really, really nice and just delicious and very rich. And I feel like the coffee just makes the chocolate a lot richer and more delicious. So for the smoothie, we are going to add some frozen bananas into a blender. I'm using about 1.5 frozen bananas, and we're going to use a scoop of the same Garden of Life protein powder. And then we're going to use that same coffee, and yes, I did make some coffee. I'm adding about half a cup of it, and I just made sure to let it cool down first before adding it into the smoothie mixture. I'm going to add some of that oat milk that I used earlier, again from Thrive Market, and we are going to blend it. And I realized that I needed some ice because it was actually still a bit warm from the coffee. So I just added a few ice cubes in there, and then we blended it again. And this is so good. It seriously just tastes like some sort of iced cappuccino. Super delicious, and it's still filling because it has that protein powder. Alright guys, that is it for my breakfast / brunch ideas. If you guys enjoyed these, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and let me know down below if you want more videos like this. And of course, don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss videos in the future. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!